Well, hello everyone. We're nearly at 8 o'clock, so I may as well just start to say a few words. We're here tonight playing Leon A, um, to sort of do a bit of a farewell stream for Paul Haddad, who was tragically taken from us. I don't think the exact day has been confirmed, but it was in the last few days. He was going through a lot of health issues, unfortunately, and I think that combined with COVID-19 taking up so many resources and whatnot, it meant that he couldn't get the treatment he needed, and unfortunately, yeah, we did lose him to cancer this last week. So we'll play this in honor of his life. We're just going to do Leon A tonight. It's not a full run through of the game. We're just going to play Leon A. I won't talk during any of Paul's bits, and we'll just basically let him sort of talk to us through the character of Leon that he made so memorably in this game. So please grab your drinks, and we'll start in about 1 minute's time. So thank you. Hello, Nick, Nighthawk, Kyle, thank you for joining us, mate. As you can see, I've used your customised title screen, which obviously says in loving memory of Paul Haddad 1963 to 2020. So it's a really nice touch that you did there. I was really happy to put it on and get it ready for this. So, hey JC, nice to see you guys. Thank you. Like I say, give it 1 more minute or so and then we'll start. So I'll just get a couple of things out of the way. This is the Seamless HD project, obviously, that Kyle and the guys have made. It's the latest version, so it has the nice upgrades to the character models and everything like that. I just thought this was the best way to sort of show this game off, and obviously Paul's performance. I'm not like I say, I'm not gonna speak through any of Paul's moments, so I'll just let him take the stage for those moments. I'm going to be using save states because the emulation still can be potentially a little bit unstable, so you might just see the other ports here and there. But other than that, yep, we are good to go.
Resident Evil 2.
Hello, Black Sox, and welcome, James. Thank you all for joining us.
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American suburb called Raccoon City. It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus, a mutagenic toxin created by the international enterprise Umbrella Incorporated for use in bioweapon experiments. The Raccoon City Police Department's Special Stars Unit immediately began investigation in the affair. The case was apparently closed, thanks to the efforts of STARS members Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. But the Umbrella Corporation's experiments were far from finished.
So how many people watching was Paul's Leon your first introduction to the series?
What have we got here?
That guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me? mess. What could have done this? What was that? What are these things? All right, that's far enough. Don't move! Don't move. No! What's up with that guy? That was a clean hit. I'm running out of ammo here.
Oh! Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer. There! Buckle up.
Okay. What's going on? I arrived in town, and the whole place went
Great.
insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
Look out!
You okay?
Still in one piece.
That maniac's gonna ram us! Run! Claire!
Leon!
I'm okay. Head to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay!
It hasn't lost any of its charm, has it? And like James says, even the intro is so quotable.
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!
Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them.
What's going on in this town?
Hold on. I don't have a clue. By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was infested with zombies.
Right, Nick's had an early request, everybody. Neptune, he wants me to get the Brad zombie. This is a normal run. You all know I'm not the best player in this series, so this is probably going to go horribly wrong. Nick, why would you do this to me? Yeah, Ploppy makes an interesting point. I was going to bring up how many people got that PlayStation Magazine demo and just played it to death, just trying to get a little bit further each time, because obviously it was limited to 10 minutes. And I think because of that, I think that's one of the reasons why Paul's performance of Leon has stuck into so many people's heads, because you obviously get the Marvin sequence, you get the kendo scene. You know, back then those cutscenes weren't skippable, so every time you played the demo, you had to sit and listen. And I think that's one of the reasons why this is such a quotable character and such a memorable performance. We're just all exposed to so much of it. Trying all the techniques, it's not working. Nick's going to get me killed before I've even got to the station. Some fancy footwork. Hello, Sonny. Yep, that's what we're doing. So, no, it's pointless to fight Brad now, because he takes a lot of pistol rounds, but if you come back with a shotgun, you can take him out straight away. But there he is. That's the original Doom of our man, Brad Vickers. I always forget which versions of the game actually have the green herb there. This is, of course, patched as you would expect, so you won't see a familiar number here. No, it's not too bad. I don't think. How does it look on stream, Sonny? Is there a little bit of lag?
Oh, man. Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon. Sorry, but it looks like your party has been canceled.
What happened?
About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving zombies in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city. Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything. They risked their lives to reveal the truth, but no one believed them. Not long after that, all this started to happen.
Hang in there.
Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go.
But
Just go.
fine. But I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
Yeah, Kyle, it'll be truly exciting if you can get this working with the PC version. With the, I think we talked about it before, with the tactical reloading and the 180-degree turn. Now it's about as sort of up to date and modern as it could be. It's been truly exceptional. It says a lot about the sort of the amount of love you've seen for Paul on the internet over the last few days. When he was only really he's only been in one game in the series, and he shares this game with Alison Court, who obviously returned several times to play Claire, it really just says a lot about like how beloved this game is, how memorable these performances are. When Paul Haddad only played Leon the once, he certainly has the most unique Leon voice as well, because Paul Mercer and Matt Mercier are great performers, but they play Leon very similarly. And obviously, this is Leon in his beginnings, but it's still a very unique performance that I think the other two don't have. If anything, Nick's probably the closest to what Paul attempted to do in this. I'm not going to mess about. On a personal level, we're playing Leon A, obviously, because it's the quickest and sort of most accessible game of Leon's. But I prefer a lot of the sequences in this, and I think, if anything, Paul does a better performance of Leon this way round than when he has the B scenario. But on a personal level, it's my preferred telling of the story. Canonicity issues aside, obviously you don't get the Sherry infected subplot, which missing does hurt a little bit, but it's still the sort of definitive storytelling, in my opinion, and that's going to be shown off very, very soon in a key scene. And if you heard the music at the beginning, you'll know exactly which scene I'm talking about. Keep pausing when I'm meant to go into the menu. Hey, isn't that window usually complete? I mean, you got yeah. Why doesn't anyone listen to me? And Ada Wait became sort of synonymous with this performance, isn't it? It is a shame we're not going to get one of Leon's key scenes, which is the one in the sewage plant, which you only get when Claire finds him after we get shot later, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll do it in a stream another time. I'm not going to do both tonight. So just to anyone who missed it at the beginning, I am going to be using save states just as a way of hopefully circumventing any emulation problems. So you might just see a little pause like that. That way, if it does crash out, we can resume fairly closely, not just from the last save point. nice that the we can compare it so well to the fabulous soundtrack of the remake. Of course, yeah, Nick's just reminded me we're not going to get Sonny's favourite ever Resident Evil line, which is Paul Haddad's "It worked." Oh man, that's a shame. We'll have to, maybe we'll just do all 4. I've talked a lot about how I always saw 1998 as a turning point for games in terms of how you could just tell there was a tonal shift in storytelling that year with things like Half-Life and Panzer Dragoon Saga and this and Metal Gear Solid all came out in 1998. And if you ever wanted a sign for me that games were changing to focus more on like cinematic storytelling, then you look no further than what happens in this room in a few moments. Thank you, Momat. No worries at all. Just thank you for dropping by anyway. This is the new revised Stars photo that Kyle worked on. It has this almost like gorgeous hand painted quality about it now, which I really like. Oh, sorry. Yeah, shouldn't I say? Is that Jill in the front row? Despite the fact that she's the only woman in the picture. I just use this angle to the new stars badges that they put in the latest build. Sorry, not stars badges. That RPD badges on Leon's arm are so detailed compared to the original. Really, really amazing. But yes, this is one of my favourite pieces of music in the entire series. It's one of my favourite scenes in the entire series. Please forgive me, Claire.
Leon!
It's good to see you're still among the living. It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all. There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for any survivors, and get out of here.
Right.
One last thing. Here's a radio. Take it. That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
I can't believe what is happening to this city.
Oh yeah, she does, doesn't she, Sonny? Yeah. There's a moment in that scene, James, where, and let's hear it for Alison as well, because she absolutely smashes it in this game. But there's a moment where, through, you know, these clunky polygon models that have, you know, scripted animations, it wasn't mocapped or anything like that, but there's a moment where she kind of like looks away from Leon as he's saying about, you know, splitting up, looking for any survivors and getting out of here, and she takes this sort of moment to look back at Leon with a pause and say, right, and I just think it's just such a fragile human moment as she's just received this like crushing news that she's not going to find Chris. I think I've always championed the voice acting in this game. From, you know, to come from the first game into this is a really special experience, and yeah, I think they all do exquisite work, to be honest. I think the core cast, you know, particularly Paul, Alison, and Sally, do simply fabulous work. Actually, I don't know. Can you actually get killed there? I can't remember. I seem to recall you can get pulled through the wall, can't you? That was embarrassing, to say the least. The storytelling's just so strong in this as well. Like I say, for 1998, you'll see me. I'm a big Twin Peaks fan, and I think in many ways television was defined by TV that came before Twin Peaks, TV that came after. It was a real turning point of what TV was capable of doing as like an art form and a medium. And in particular, I think 1998, there wasn't just a single game, there was a collective of developers and games that came out in 1998 that defined gaming as we know it today, and I think 1998 was that turning point. That's not to say that there wasn't games before 1998 that were trying things, but it was 1998 where everything sort of gelled. You got Ocarina of Time that year, you got the Panzer Saga, which had, you know, extended movie-like sequences. You got this, which is just like an interactive game, interactive movie, but also a solid video game at its core as well. You got Metal Gear Solid, which I don't need to speak for what that did for cinematic storytelling in games. I think Kamiya is an absolute visionary for what he did here, and just the sheer bravery from Capcom to take this game at, like, what was it, 60%, 70% completed, and basically throw it in the bin and start it all over again until they got it right. You don't make a decision like that lightly. Hello, Miss Eileen Valentine. Thank you for joining us. And hey to anyone else that I've sort of missed joining the chat. Nice to see you all. I hope you've got a. Ah! That liquor's getting a bit of a number on me actually at the minute. Did you guys notice what Marvin did in that first scene with Leon? He like conveyed storytelling and lore. In a like 1 minute sequence of Marvin talking, you knew exactly where we were. JC, as you know, I had a Saturn as well, and my cousin, he chose the route of PlayStation instead of Saturn like me, and we actually ended up doing a console swap for a couple of weeks just so I could play this. It was neat, and thankfully he had a chipped PS2, so sorry, PS1, so I was able to play the NTSC version of this, and that was one of the early exposures I had to 60Hz gaming, and what an eye opener. So I don't, in all honesty, I don't know much about like voice actors and their lives and whatnot. Obviously, I know the names and I appreciate them all very much, but in terms of Paul's life, I don't know a great deal about it, and certainly I had no idea he was very ill. I leave all the VA stuff to our friends over at Crimson Head Elder, and Resident Evil obviously covering a lot. Yes. Aaron Zednat, thank you for watching. Are you just dropping in to say hello? I'm gonna read out your lovely message from the Discord later. So if you hear later, then hopefully you'll get to hear it if we're still going. If not, yeah, I'll pop a video of the band version on YouTube. Bit of a small error because I like to go and use the crank now. Actually, I don't need to do it now. Do it later. I'll just have to remember to come back and do it. Although, as I said, we're not in any hurry. Let me go and do it. Just gets any other business out of the way. Black and white, that's rough. Thankfully, I had a really nice Sony Trinitron. I think it was only like a little 14-inch portable, but it had a SCART socket, so of course 60Hz was all the rage for me. Poor third floor gets no love in Outbreak either, because if you have a look in the main hall of Desperate Times, it's not even there. Someone remind me, because it's been a while since I played it, but in the remake, I don't even think this music was brought back, even if you have the classic mod on, does it? It was it? Okay, cool. It's unfortunate, but I will do this. I know what I forgot to do, guys, don't you? I forgot to use the closet key. Next time I'm round that way. Although, actually. That is why I ran the handgun down, because when you combine it with a weapon upgrade, you get a new full mag. I do really like the weapon upgrade system in the remakes, I will say that. Okay. So, anyone who watched the N64 version run I did last year will know that I allowed you guys to choose the costume. Tonight you get to do it again. In honour of Paul, what costume should we dress Leon in? Do we go for the biker jacket on the left or the RPD, whatever you want to call it, on the right? We're keeping the original, Sonny? Okay, that's going to be option 3 then. Although I do hear the shout for the original. So Nick made me go out and murder Brad for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, I hear you guys actually. Yeah, we'll keep the original on. Yo, it's nice to see you. Welcome. Get yourself a drink. I just wanted to see Brad. Well, you saw he came and you saw. I genuinely think anyone sort of casually browsing Twitch could immediately tell one of my streams without even looking at who was actually streaming it, just by virtue of the fact that my character is always running around on caution. Some Sprite. which side is it, Nick? No, Copperberg's a lovely side, isn't it? They call them girl ciders. Fruity ones are absolutely lovely. It is proper cider, Nick. Why can't it be? It's a ridiculous argument. Next thing you'll be telling me Bournemouth's number 17 is the true cider, 'cause it's red berry. Nicholas, please. Why can't I play Remake 2 like that? Mead. Look at Yoke, everybody. Mead. What is it like in the 18th century, Yoke? Hello, Mac Onyx85. Thank you for joining. It's nice to see new faces. Go through that door, but never mind. That's when you push a button one too many times. Crows. Yeah. There was some strange emissions, wasn't there, in the remakes? Do we get more cutscenes in the B scenario? There is a few additional, mainly focusing around Mr. X, because if there's any newcomers to the series, Mr. X does not turn up in the A scenario whatsoever. It was a B scenario surprise, and I can't prefer it like that. Looks over the shoulder RE2 OG. Haven't seen crows since Umbrella Corps. Yeah, you do get them circling overhead in a cutscene in RE5. Nice to hear, Eileen Valentine, thank you. I can understand why they did the minimal music thing in Remake 2, but I just think the music in this game makes the stage drip with atmosphere. It's just so astonishingly good. This game is an embarrassment of riches in the audiovisual style, you know, attributes. Beautiful words, JC, thank you. Everyone just take a moment just to read what JC's just said. This room is just an ammo burner, isn't it? Who says the remake's more action-packed than this one? What's up with that guy? That was a clean hit. Kind of done this in the wrong way that I usually like to, and as a result ammo is going to be tricky. I usually like to use the ammo I've wasted here to clear the t'other office where Marvin is. It's going to be fun. Still begs the question, Kyle, where Code Veronica X is on PC. So strange. Just have a weird absence for that game. Way, not finding the liquor. Hey CC, thank you. I hope you're doing okay. Got a genuine ammunition problem here. Take care and see you soon. Oh, what am I going to do? I've got literally no ammo. I'm going to have to... No, I can't improvise. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. It's because Nick messed me up because I missed all those initial ammo drops on the run to the police station, which gives you like a good, you know, what, 60 rounds or so to play with in the station. So I'm about 60 bullets down. Yeah. What this is an enforced Nick mode on me. This is. I have to think out the box a little bit here. I mean, I could just heal up and like literally charge my way through those rooms, but they just burn too much health. And once we get to a certain point, like, the difficulty isn't even a problem in this. There's a sort of a moment early on where the ammo resources doesn't become a problem, and then you go. By the time you finish the game, you've got so much, it's ridiculous. I haven't picked up this herb on here. Nick both. You know, I will actually say, Lord Noon, and this isn't bravado or anything like that. I don't think I've ever died. I don't think I've ever died there. God, ammo drops are only 15. I thought they were bloody. I could have sworn ammo drops were 30 in this. Be gone. Making an easy mode harder. I'm leaving them, Nick. I know they're there though. They're mentally logged. You'll note I quickly just checked my inventory to see if there was a point in picking any up. Actually, I should have done because I just dropped them off. Yes, you were right, Nick. Okay, you were right. Nick, I'm sorry. Okay. People who've actually obviously played and finished and completed the remake all the way through to Inferno and that, have any of you actually gone back to Remake 2 and has it been a jarring experience not having that additional mobility and things like that? Or would you say the defense items more than make up for the lack of the dodge? If you finished Remake 3 Yoke, have you gone back to Remake 2 and found it jarring, you know, like more difficult to play because you're trying to dodge? Because obviously instead of the dodge, you've got the defense item mechanic. That's it. There's always one more zombie in there. And all I did it for was some film. Heartbreaking. All I did it for was some film. Welcome, Leon with 2 L's. See, look how wholesome and genuine the RPD are in OG 98 version of RE2, where they can't wait to take him in as part of the team and promise to take care of him. And in the remake, they just troll him with a puzzle. Wizard hats, ladies and gentlemen, wizard hats. Still a really impressive effect that, how the texture changes. I knew he was going to find me. Marvin. It's too slow on reaction. Marvin, I'm not going to leave you behind. We are, indeed. I can't remember how the zapping works actually. If I leave Marvin alive in A, will he be here for Claire and B then? I think I've always historically killed him in A. Yoked, let's not talk about the zombie bites. Jesus, this is agonising. That's how it feels like for Jill to be stun locked by the nemesis. I tell you, my memory of this is funky, because I've always sworn there was shotgun shells in here. Oh, that's lovely, JC. Thank you. Yeah, it's really sad that for a sort of partnership that is iconic as Leon and Claire, that they never did get a chance to. Oh man, this is rough. I'm gonna have to they never did get a chance to like reunite on screen and in their roles again. It's a blind corner. That's not fair. Are you ready then? What an entrance this was as well. What an entrance.
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here, will you?
The music is fantastic. The voice acting is wonderful. This is such an iconic moment in this series. Just bear with us. I hope you're all ready, because this is the first of what will become many immortal lines from Leon. This is the first.
Ada, wait!
It's iconic, isn't it?
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now!
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
Is this the guy?
Ben, you told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
I have it right here, officer. But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't the only things crawling around out there.
What was that?
Like I said, I'm not leaving this cell. Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
This is, in my opinion, this is the only one and true Ben. I don't know what on earth they were doing in Remake 2 with him, but doesn't have any of the intrigue or the presence or anything. It's just a really wasted moment of a great character. Yeah, I ignore that subplot as well, Yoke. Not that it essentially harms anything, but it's just, yeah. It's not all canon. I respect the guy because obviously he works for Capcom, but I'll politely agree to disagree. I mean, like, look at this game. Look how good it's looking. Look how good the character models are now. You know, with the additional texture work. Look at these backgrounds. This is the only remake I needed. And it's not just nostalgia speaking. Maybe it is. I don't know. But you know, I play this, and to me, it's still timeless. Right, I'm just going to take a very quick moment to get another drink. So I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Have a quick break, everyone. I'll let the secure place just fill the audio for a moment. Well, there's something you learn every day. I did not know the game auto-paused if you left it for a few minutes. Yeah, the new bolted-on ending yoke for Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to challenge a lot of the hardcore fans. I'm not going to say any more about it, but let's just say if you think Capcom changed a lot of the lore with Remake, then we should be thankful that it's not Square running the show. You've got to go into the septic pool anyway. I might as well not have to fill my inventory later. Nick, they are, but it's more for fans of Final Fantasy VII and just wanting the remake to just retell that story in a modern way. There's some 11th hour changes in the finale of the game that will be a deal breaker to a lot of hardcore fans. Let's just say that. Look it up if you want, because it's certainly something.
Ada? I don't think I've introduced myself yet. My name's Leon. I'm with the RPD. It's a dead end.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check.
So, like we said earlier, even though they were hamstrung by the sort of, the polygonal models of a PlayStation 1 game, you've got to really appreciate like the lengths they went to like sell the body language, because the shrug that Ada gives Leon when he announces he's an RPD officer is brutal. He seems so proud to tell her, he's a member of the RPD, and she just gives him this shrug. Okay, Nighthawk, there, thank you very much. I can only assume it's because Twitch is getting hammered with everybody in isolation and whatnot. But yeah, sorry it's dropping out on you. Because I'm not a partner, I can't reduce the quality for everybody, so you just get it in the resolution I stream it in. So, yeah. Enjoy the video on demand version. And you're welcome, Mac Onyx. Thank you, 85. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope to see you again around these parts soon. Thank you. So as many lore people know and people who study the maps, this area is actually impossible to work with Resident Evil 3 because this is sort of smack bang in the middle of downtown.
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Think fast. Here's one more. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
What? Ada, wait!
Those of you drinking alcohol, please by all means take a shot of your chosen poison for every Ada weight we get. I wish they would, Kyle. I genuinely, this kind of thing puzzles me. Why developers of today don't, not just this, but like the HD project for Resident Evil 4. Why are you not seeing game devs working with modders and things more? Because in a sense, you guys are doing the hard work for Capcom. Why not? Why wouldn't you? I'm sure in many ways, you know, please don't think I'm speaking for you guys, but if Capcom did approach you, you know, you all, to basically say, can we port these, I can imagine your team wouldn't even, you know, want anybody because it's just a recognition. Please don't think I'm speaking for you there, though. Oh man, this is not good. I mean, I suppose and if there's any Sonic fans out there, they'll know that Christian Whitehead was the person who did a very famous port of Sonic CD. I think it was PC. It added like 16:9 support. It allowed for higher resolutions and things like that. And Sega ended up ultimately employing him, got him to work on the Android ports of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, and then he was the lead pretty much in Sonic Mania. So, you know, it does happen. There are examples in the industry. Hello, Smiley. Nice to see you, mate. Thank you for joining us and stopping by. Yes, we're sort of assembled for a very sad reason, but celebrating it in the best way. That's interesting, Kyle. Thank you. Just thinking about how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to make I'm probably going to regret this decision. Well, knowing the nature of Kyle's work, it'll have to be something that has pre-rendered backgrounds. One would assume. Still occasionally do that every now and then. I had a momentary pause there because I thought Mr. X was going to jump out. Of course, he's never going to, is he? Alright, and with that, we're nearly done in the RPD. No, I never have as well, Yoke. I've seen people on YouTube have it, and it's a lovely little throwback, but yeah, it never happened to me. Oh, there we go. How do you guys prefer it? Do you wish that Mr. X populated all scenarios in this, or do you think it was better to leave it to the B scenario? I think personally it was better to leave it to the B because it adds like an entirely new dimension that makes it worth replaying. I will never ever forget the first time I played Scenario B. Because not just from the point of view of like, oh, you know, the Tyrant's been introduced, this is an entirely new way of playing this game, even if it was more scripted and whatnot. It was more just the fact that the game was taking storytelling to a new medium, that I was actually seeing the events of the 80 scenario, but from Claire's perspective. So like all the little radio calls and everything, you were seeing the other side of it. And back in 1998, I was like, this kind of thing has never been done to this kind of level in video games before. It was exceptional.
No! Get away!
Amazing. The polygonal morphing effects that they introduced for this game are absolutely unbelievable. The way Birkin mutates, again, you didn't used to see this kind of stuff back in games back then.
Ben! Can you still hear me? Come on, answer!
Damn! I don't believe this. I almost got the story.
Ben.
Bitter irony.
the chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay.
Hang in there, Ben. Oh, my chest! It's burning! What's wrong? Ah!
Good God, what was that?
This, here's a file, everybody, that not only mentions the events of the first game, but names the key key members. Look at all this lore. You don't have to search for the lore in this. It's presented to us beautifully.
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait! Hey! Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
Now I'm just gonna stop for a moment and say something about Alison's delivery there. When she says I'm on my way, the very first time I played this, I thought that sounds, it sounds really quite dejected and quite down. And then only when you play the scenario B, you actually understand that it's just because at that moment Sherry's run off, and now Claire has to find her again. And I just think that you can hear that in Alison's performance, that comes across when she's not even on screen. It's just something that this game does exceptionally well. And again, all of this genius is lost in the remake because Leon and Claire don't even talk to each other. I do genuinely believe this, and I'm not just saying this because this is a Farewell Paul stream. I've said this in previous ones, and also I think the voice acting in this game has aged like a fine wine. I actually think we underestimated how good the voice acting and the direction was at the time. I think we almost took it for granted how early this kind of performance was. For a game on the PlayStation 1 in 1998, this is exceptional storytelling. This is canon, James. Let's not talk about the remake tonight. Just got to take a quick 1 minute break, guys. I'll just be back in 1 minute. Okay, so even in the menu, it takes you to a pause screen. That's certainly interesting. Okay.
Ada! What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid. Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
Running off like that was reckless and stupid. Speaking like a true cop. Have I mentioned I love this game so much? Has that ever come up in conversation before? Joke. So it's around now. Once you leave the precinct, you start to see a shift in the difficulty because now you start to get an obscene amount of ammo for all your weapons. You just have an early zombie problem, pretty much, and then once that's dealt with, and once you get out of the station, you tend to find there starts to be a real imbalance in ammo in the game. You know, already you're up to 26 shotgun shells. I had one moment of difficulty, and that's essentially because I did the wings in the wrong order than what I usually do. Big Dave Lizard, I know, man. There's no better way in celebrating his life than just playing the thing that he's most famous for. And you only have to look at the comments. I mean, if anybody follows the First Aid Spray podcast, it was absolutely lovely to see Cyanic's tweet go viral. And last I looked, there were well over 3,000 likes and retweets and things like that. Some of the stories that people shared of their experiences in speaking with Paul, because he was very open with his fans, very good. And it's what I said earlier in the stream. For someone who only was in one game, he touched so many people's hearts with this performance, and he in many ways he achieved more with his one performance than some returning voice actors have done over several games.
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
And now we're just going to leave him. The wound does not seem to be mortal, so I'll just fuck off and leave him, is Ada's. And I've forgotten to do something with Leon. I haven't picked up the valve handle. I need to go back and do that. I need to keep repeating to myself, valve handle, valve handle. The outfit she's wearing in this original version of Resident Evil 2, I think is way more believable than anything that came after, including the ridiculous trench coat. She just passes as just a well-dressed woman at the minute. You know, because she doesn't have like the thigh holster and everything like that. She just looks like a normal person. Yoke, you've come back at a good time. So you know how I champion this game for storytelling. You know how I say this was a turning point in what video games did for... Well, I'm just going to let this speak for itself. Prepare for one of the greatest sequences ever in a video game.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus. William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
This way.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-virus. No one will ever take you away from me.
There he is.
So you finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Stop! You might hit the sample. That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first. Stay here.
Alpha team, have you retrieved the sample yet?
Affirmative. We'll be at the rendezvous point in 1 minute.
Roger.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-virus into his own body? The G-virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there! Shoot! Eat this, you freak! I'm stopping it! What is this thing? Hurry! What is this thing? Fire! Fire!
So those rats were the carriers of the virus. As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures. And create offspring. No. Too bad.
Indeed, Smiley, yes, I'm sure. But you know, gamers of today are very spoiled by like games having dazzling production values and you know, movie-like sequences in their video games. I can't stress to people what that meant in 1998.
Ada?
To have a sequence like that, that's directed and produced and like scored and everything, every bit as good as what you would see in a movie. I just remember I was open-jawed the first time I saw that sequence. I was just like, you know, for the first time ever, you could truly see how far video games were coming in terms of how they were telling a story. And I think, like I am now, I think I just stood for a moment, or sat there for a moment, and hey, how old would I have been at the time when I played this? Probably about 15. Just thinking, you know, I've been playing games since my Amstrad 464, and you know, you would literally sit there for hours typing out command lines and everything like that just so you could make a square move across a room, you know, a poorly rendered room, and then literally 15 years later we were getting movie-like sequences in video games. And indeed, you know, the leaps that we've had in subsequent 15 years have been every bit as special. Valve handle, valve handle, valve handle. Thank you, Big Dave. Smiley, let's not talk about how the remake did it, Jesus. I mean, in one sense, we should be merciful for the fact that they didn't even attempt to remake it, because unless you do something clever like what Outbreak did, where it takes the idea of it and presents it in an entirely different way, that still manages to be respectful and faithful, like it does. Yoke, you don't care much for this? What, is there something I've said? And what bit in particular are you talking about, Yo? Sorry, I must have missed part of the conversation. What is part of the reason why you don't care much for RE2? Oh right, okay. And that's fair enough. That's one of the things that I tried to say very recently in one of the videos I did on YouTube, is that, you know, Resident Evil is it's such a multi-genre, you know, it's a game that's decades old now, and every game speaks to each person in its own way. You know, whereas I treasure this as one of the most important video games ever made, someone like you know, disagrees, and you know, everyone's going to have that moment playing through the series, and none of us are right and none of us are wrong. That's what makes it great. While I'm going through like anguish and difficulty with the remakes of 2 and 3, some people are really digging it, and for, you know, in some people's examples, it's probably brought them back to the series. But can we all at least agree that this is a much better crocodile set piece than the one we were given in Remake 2? This is a lovely Jaws tribute, this is. You can tell in Remake 2 that they were never planning to put the alligator in there, and it's such an afterthought the way it is put into the game.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up. That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
Thank you so much, Kyle, and again I speak for everybody here in that the work you guys have done, this is exemplary. Thank you so much, and have a lovely weekend. Cheerio. And Smiley, yeah. As a first aider, it's not great to just bandage over the clothes as well. That's not actually going to stop the blood, which is probably why he's only had that on a couple of minutes and already it's bleeding through. As a trained first aider, you would put one additional dressing on, and then if that came through that as well, you would have to dispose of that, the entire thing, and start again. First aider, yeah, that's amazing. First aider, that's beautiful. That was totally unintentional, by the way. Fucking hell. Thank you, James. Beautiful. Yoke. You don't have to do things like that, Yoke. I appreciate it though, thank you. Well done, James. Look at all the tier 1 emotes you get that I haven't bothered making. In truth, if I'm going to do things like that, I would actually need someone to make them because I have no ability in that kind of area. I mean, whenever if anyone's watched Yoke's stream, he's got like lovely bells and whistles that come up with prompts and stuff when you've subscribed or followed. I should probably do the same. I always ask this on every Resident Evil 2 stream I do, so I'm going to ask you guys in the hope that there's some new people here tonight. When you walk across that platform, what is that? That's that like impact tremor, if you like, and the dust falling from the ceiling. What is it? Because everybody has a different opinion on what that is. Suspense. Nick wins, everybody. Yes, of course it is. That's probably the best answer, actually. The funny thing is, Smiley, I've always just assumed it's because you use the platform and it's just maybe, you know, reacting to the weight. I've never thought it's anything other than a bluff. That's it. The Gravedigger, yeah, it could be. All I'm going to do is let Ada do the work. Well, it's just various theories, you know, it's like Birkin, I know. I think it's mainly Birkin or the Tyrant. But the Gravedigger's a good shout. I do like the fact that in Resident Evil 0 they make the cable car network still look like that illuminated section there. It does add some continuity, even if, you know, the continuity for the most part is wrecked. Oh man, that was annoying. No, you know, Resident Evil 3's already happened. Ada, calm down, you're going mad. The funny thing is, it's the same gun that Claire has, the Browning HP, but for some reason when Ada fires it, it sounds like the most amazing Magnum. How's this, guys? So I had an opportunity to play Resistance earlier, and it's obviously now been patched and it's got Jill in it. Jill's fever skill in her time of need is the Samurai Edge. So yeah, what basically happens is you know, when you reach a certain point where you need to pull out the big guns, you activate it, you get the samurai edge. It's one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It's almost like it's doing what Remake 3 should have done. Oh, well, actually, I'll show you guys something. So, I'm a bit of a purist. I like my original backgrounds and things like that. Kyle and the team did one thing where they put in, to get rid of the zombie, they put in a 1.5 background here, or at least an early beta background here. Let's use this one here. So, again, this is one of those glorious lore backgrounds. What do you think this implies? Well, a hole with blood all draining down it, and if we just do a switch to the final background, it's just a completed wall. So it doesn't actually change that much. But you do get that. So yeah, you know, it makes you wonder what that background was back in the beta. Is it meant to imply Birkin just came through here, or because obviously he's been wounded from the cable car battle? So as you've all seen in the chat, guys, Nick's has set me another challenge. We've got to try and find the training facility, or at least the magic elevator shaft that shoots out of the ground into the sky. You can't. Believe me, Yokai, I've looked. It is certainly not there. So this is what I mean, guys, about the shift in difficulty that's occurred. So we were running around the police station at one point with 3 bullets left for the handgun and nothing else. And now we've got upwards of nearly 50 shotgun shells, so much healing, loads of magnum rounds. There's just a turning point in this game, and I do think it's the same in OG RE3. There just seems to always be a turning point where the difficulty switches and adjusts. Yeah, we got through it though, Nick. I worked it out. I found out how to do it. Yep, we're about to go down to Nest. Absolutely fucking no, we're not. So according to the door for Zero should be here, but it's not, and it's not there in Outbreak either. Kyle, you need to get on this. don't think the original background's even more washed out, pixelated. The music, man, the marshalling yard music. God. I did have a moment, guys, in the remake 2 when you go down to the sewers and it plays this music, even though it's not there, you know, represented properly. It's there in spirit. Look at that! Look at that expansive horizon. God, I love this so much. So, according to the Magic Elevator's geography, this camera angle, Nick, here, and if I get Leon to point into the sky, should be where the elevator shaft is, that goes straight up toward the training facility, suspended on a couple of, girders, I guess. It's a glorious background, isn't it, James? So as you can see, the expanse is, there's no high-rise thing, structure, anything. And that way the same. All you get is the other shed over there. I mean, of course, Outbreak fans will know there is a panel missing here, but that's, you know, those kind of things are okay. They're not breaking. And again, the other direction. So the simple thing to do is we just ignore the top floor of the Magic Elevator. That is the gameplay mechanic. That is the item box moment of Zero. I never knew there was magnum bullets there. In the toilet. Sunny, is it shed 5 or 6? Oh, you don't find out until scenario B, do you? It's 5 in this though, isn't it? But it's 6 in... Is it 6 in 0? Or Outbreak? God, I can't remember. It's 6 in Outbreak, yeah. So, talking about Paul then, did anyone, although we're going to get a moment where I'm going to get interrupted, have any of you guys had direct contact with Paul before you pass? You know, did you get any nice interaction? Have any of you guys met him?
Ada, can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it.
Poor innocent Leon, she's just been skewered by the biggest claw you've ever seen in your life, and he just simply tells her to snap out of it, like it's something you can just do. Bit of a continuity error actually in Leon A, Claire B, that you don't get in Claire A, Leon B, is because he's already got the claw of the G3 mutation there, whereas when we now go outside, he's still G2. From what I understand, Yoke, his appearance in Daymare was only a brief, extremely brief cameo, so he'd have been alright. Listen to this music. Sound that the M1100 makes. What a beast of a gun it really is. If you guys have played the Dual Shock Edition, the strongest vibration of the game is reserved for the M1100, just for the kickback it gives Leon. It's a beautiful thing. Shenny will know for Paul Haddad, the original voice actor of Leon in this game. He was sadly taken from the world this last week. Has an official date been given? I just saw it was a few days ago.
Don't die on me, Ada. Come on. Wake up. Come on. Welcome back. Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime.
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go. Save yourself.
I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you.
I
know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
This music is absolutely masterful, and the fact that, you know, again, you guys want to know why I champion things like Resident Evil 6? Because Resident Evil 6 has its moments in character, and this is one of the best character beats that Resident Evil 6 gets, because they brought back this theme just for like 10 seconds. It's beautiful. Yo, come on. You know, as a... I don't want to use the term gamer after some of the stuff I've seen this weekend. As a person, as a gentleman who enjoys playing video games for a hobby, I will like never champion Resident Evil 6 from the point of view of like being a good game. It's a broken mess. It's all over the place in terms of presentation. But what it does have, what it has in these small moments is really strong character beats, and I'll take the game for that. And you know what? I'll put Resident Evil 6 higher than Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake because of that. For just those little moments in the cutscenes. As a game, it's an absolute disaster, and apart from the sliding mechanics, which I very much enjoy, it's all over the place. It's a total mess. But it does just have those little character beats that... And I'm not even saying the story's good. The story's a complete wreck. I don't even know what they were attempting to do with that story, but for the character interactions, when two characters are just basically taking a moment away from all the action, all the nonsense, and speaking to each other, that's what I like Resident Evil 6 for. This, Shenevil444, thank you for joining the stream, by the way, nice to see you, newcomer. This is the Seamless HD Project version, which hopefully one of my guys who are watching will chuck the link in the chat. So this is basically the Dolphin emulator of the GameCube versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3, but with very huge amounts of rework done on it, and it then basically upscaled using some fantastic technology. I think it's the Gigapixel engine, the AI learning machine. They've put all the backgrounds through this machine, and this is what it's come out with. It's absolutely wonderful. These are the definitive versions of playing Resident Evil 2 and 3. And Resident Evil 3 looks better than this. Resident Evil 2 was always hamstrung by its backgrounds a little bit, but Resident Evil 3 had high quality backgrounds from the get-go. They are absolutely wonderful. And Kyle, one of the guys who runs the project, was here earlier. He's unfortunately not here now, but the work that he and his team have done is just so special. We should all be forever indebted to them. Let's go. We've dallied. I mean, Shenevil, they've even gone above and beyond with things like the Nemesis window in this. It's now broken in Resident Evil 2, so there's no continuity issue between it and Resident Evil 3. Sonny, is it possible for you to walk around these areas and not just hear George in the background going, "Dear God," and finding a broken shotgun over here? I don't know what I should do. Here's what I'm thinking. Don't say that, Yoke. They still exist. Well, I did find some information. Resident Evil 3 HD Shenevil is a real special thing to see, because those backgrounds, they already look pretty good. They just had some seam issues from sort of foreground objects. That they're all now totally cleaned up just makes it wow to see. Outbreak, you mean resistance? Yeah, of course, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. I must say, Resistance has upped a level now, in my opinion, since Jill's in it. Playing as Jill is great fun. I will not turn on the switch because I'm not crazy. Bloody flamethrower. A 2-slot weapon, it's ridiculous. Come on, Joke, that's unfair. I don't remember learning about the Tyrant program in Resident Evil 7. What are you talking about? Although the Dead Aim Revelations was a good shout. This is one of the M1100. It's the most ridiculous weapon. Okay, yeah, get it. Yeah, of course, first person perspective. Does anyone think so you basically had an enhanced liquor there. 2 of them taken out in 2 shots. The M1100 possibly just a little bit unbalanced. Evil 444, yeah, thank you. We appreciated there was going to always be some confusion when the name change occurred, but it was done for various reasons, and part of that was the relaunch of the website, obviously with Batman's timeline, which if you've not seen yet, please I implore you to check out the timeline. Its mythology is not to be missed. If ever there was a labour of love of someone sacrificing so much of their own personal time to give back to the community, it's mythology. The mythology goes so far beyond what I was ever going to do with the timeline. The problem with Batman is he's too bloody humble to accept the fact that it's possibly the most incredible thing that's ever been submitted by a fan. He just writes it off as just a little thing. Where the hell did that liquor go? I don't think we'll be having that. Palmer thing is the most creepiest thing in that game, in that movie. That sequence is absolutely haunting with how he looks, how grotesque he looks when he's mutating strapped to the couch. God, the blood test sequence is one of the greatest sequences that's ever been committed to cinema. And here's the thing about the Thing. It's a remake that I like. But John Carpenter's The Thing gets around it because it can be also seen as a pseudo-sequel to the 1950s version. You know, Sonny, for all the grief I give the remakes, I actually think the Ivy zombies are pretty good, because there's just something horrifically icky, in my opinion, about a plant that bleeds. There's just something not right about it, and you know, hopefully that makes some sort of sense, because it's just icky. Mugnum parts. Will you take the Mugnum parts? You know you've got a good shotgun when it literally blows the top half of the zombie into evaporation. Like that. Anyone who got the Pix and Love version of Resident Evil 2 Remake will have got a very accurate replica of this card key. It's very nice, very well produced piece of kit. Let's all hit George Trevor up on Twitter and ask him how he got on with Pix and Love. Yeah, it's as great as irony that is, Sonny. The less said about Ness, the better, in all honesty. Don't think the music cue there wasn't a nod to Aliens, because it absolutely was. This sequence is so well done in Outbreak. Smiley, ladies and gentlemen, he's been here every time. Every time a creature that hasn't been re-represented in Remake 2 has been there. Actually, shouldn't I be putting the password as this? Oh, what? I could have sworn the last time I played this here. Yeah, I know, guys, I know. Just thought I'd do it for those N64 fans there. I suppose it's kind of neat they did change that for the N64 version. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever that it would be Nemesis, but it was clearly a cool nod. Renegade 210, hello, thank you for watching. We're not far from wrapping this up now, but please stick around. If you've got any thoughts you'd like to share to everybody about Paul Haddad, who we obviously lost very recently, please feel free. What an open world game with fast travel, slightly like as was rumoured. Serious question, guys. The M1100 shotgun in this game, is it too powerful? Because it kind of nullifies any challenge in this part of the game. Like literally no enemy is posing a problem now. I'm just blasting it with 2 shots and they're dead. Which means I'm not having to use any magnum ammo, which is why I've got, I think, have I got something like nearly 40 rounds for the shotgun, for the magnum now, which is 3 times more than probably what I need for the final fight. And because I've left the Ingram for Claire, she God, look at that. She's just gonna have all the more ammunition for scenario B. It's just an embarrassment of ammunition riches. Ivan Raptor eggs. I don't even use any ammo against the Tyrant, the Super Tyrant. Or if you're talking Remake 2, then obviously yeah, you need to fight it. But I mean, in this game, in scenario B, I just wait the timer out. I just literally avoid the Tyrant until the rocket launcher drops. I love that mechanic, that you can only unlock a door across 2 scenarios. What a wonderful idea. I can't wait till they remake this and we can see an idea like that done in a modern way. Yo, 5 button streams, thank you for joining. There's more bloody magnum ammo. Continue to keep pressing start when I should just be square. Let's put the lights on. Hey look, I'm playing Resistance at the minute, ever since I turned the light on from the Mastermind. Keep doing that. He's dead. He did. 5 button streams. Yes, this is indeed the Seamless HD. With the joyful press of the delete key. You get a nice pixelated background there, but if we hit the delete key again. Lord Noon, I honestly don't know how it works in the remake of 2, but in this version of Resident Evil 2, you can wait out the Super Tyrant as long as you stay alive for like 90 seconds, I think it is. The rocket launcher will always drop. You don't have to do anything. I don't even take a weapon into that fight.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway. What happened?
You've taken the G virus.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
I'm just gonna let this music play while I just grab one more drink and then we'll do the finale, so just bear with me please. Damn poor screen. JC, I'll definitely look that up. Thank you very much for sharing that. Just scrolling back, just in case I missed some chat. Yeah, Jennifer Dale played Mystique. So she said she plays a great Mystique in that show. And Alison is superb as Jubilee. I actually rewatched the first episode on Disney Plus today, and it's so surreal because obviously I saw the X-Men cartoon show long before I became a Resident Evil fan, and yet now I watch the X-Men and think that all I hear is Claire. It's amazing. But I did not know Paul played Quicksilver, so I'm going to really look forward to going back and seeing that. Did not know that. All the years I've watched X-Men, I had no idea Paul was Quicksilver. Are you ready, guys? This is one of Paul Haddad's shining moments in this game.
Leon. I've been waiting for you, Leon.
What are you doing?
You know what this is about, so just hand over the G virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that. Ada! Ada! I've got you. Don't give up.
G virus. Leon. It's over. Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
No! I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me out here.
I really wanted to escape with you, Leon. Escape from everything. Goodbye.
Ada! No. So, this is what everyone's been dying for.
He just throws it away. He doesn't even care. Sally Carhill and Paul Haddad absolutely knocked that scene out of the park. And again, through the limitations of the PlayStation, they still managed to use what they could. Cameo and the guys, the 3D guys that put that scene together. When Leon drops to his knees, how is it that conveys more emotion than some video games can today, just through the sheer anguish of seeing Leon drop to his knees? This game is absolute wizardry. It's wizardry. It's lightning in a bottle, and this is why, in my personal opinion, and sorry I'm going to go down this road yet again, it should never have been remade, because there's no single moment in the remake that matches what we've just seen here. This scene in the remake, though it's quite faithful in terms of how it's done, it just doesn't compare. Dramatically, it's just not there. It's Ada's gun. There are no rounds in the magazine. You can examine it. There's more storytelling. There's more in. You could leave this room and not even know that is a part of the story. Environmental storytelling that only Resident Evil could do. There is none of this in the recent games. There's none of this in Resident Evil 2 Remake. There's none of this in Resident Evil 3 Remake. We probably sound like a bunch of old fools championing this. But Ada was threatening him for the G virus and she didn't even have a bullet in the fucking gun. That's how good the storytelling is. That's how good this game is. This is why it's a timeless masterpiece. Thank you, Sally Carhill. Thank you, Alison Ford. Thank you forever, Paul Haddad. You guys are legends. And blow this fucking plant away for Paul, because that's what he would have done. That moment where he said this is what everybody's been dying for, and he just throws it to one side because it means nothing to him. All this power struggle that these agencies, as it's called, as that's what Annette calls Ada's third organisation. She just refers to it in the agency, which was a huge defining moment, I might add, because that was the first time in the series you got the idea that there was a power play going on between these organisations. That it wasn't just Umbrella. It was who the hell is Ada working for? There's so much storytelling in this game, it's ridiculous. All of this is totally lost in the remake too, by the way. Indeed, Joke. Yeah, well said, mate. Well said. Ada is totally the best in this. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I hate the way they've depicted her character in Remake 2. Hate it. Because she's just cold and she's just such a bitch. But only in the sense that they tried to make it cool and stylish. Whereas she starts, I'll refer back to that earlier moment where Leon's all, I'm Leon, I work for the RPD, and she just gives them this so sarcastic shrug. And yet, she's just fucking died for him here. Less than what? And 90 minutes later. Oh my god, this game is good. And it's not just the fact that like Ada's depicted well, but it's things like Annette saying to Ada, Ada, I know that they, John transferred from the Chicago branch. She used her name as a password. That's connective tissue to the first game. It's so beautiful. Sonny, yeah. I mean, I think Nick has actually put out a couple of statements, hasn't he, that he always valued Paul Haddad's version of Leon as the best, and that's who he tried to sort of emulate the most in his performance. And he's absolutely right. And that's not to take anything away from Mercia or Mercer's performance of Leon. They do great work with what they're given. But there's a reason why Paul Haddad's Leon is so special to so many people. I don't need the shotgun, Ivan. I've got more than enough here. Nearly 50 rounds of an enhanced Magnum. I don't even know why I brought the rounds, to be honest.
5 minutes until detonation.
Oh, hey guys. You remember? I'll just do it because we're here. Do you remember this gaff? Just look at how elevator's spelt. Look what they did. Just look what they did. Absolute heroes. These guys are heroes. Although, someone tell Kyle it's not fixed on this camera angle. Someone tell him. Haha. Music. The enhanced Magnum is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Better players than me could have done that with no damage, but I mean, Cat's done it plenty of times with the Claire and the grenade launcher on no damage, but the Magnum just makes that fight absolutely nonsense. And here's where we finish our stream, guys. Thank you. Thank you all, honestly, seriously, before I just turn the corner and take the last bit, just thank you all for taking time out of your lives to watch me play this and to just take a moment, you know, and I'm not going to make any excuses. The world is a rubbish place to be at the minute with, you know, the coronavirus and everything like that. Nothing's fun. Lockdown sucks. But we've just all taken a small moment of our lives to celebrate something very dear and very special to us, and I just want to thank you all, as I'm sure Paul would if he was still with us, to just take some time out of our lives to celebrate him, celebrate this performance, because as long as we continue to play this game, as long as we still champion this game, he will live on. He will live on. So take it away one last time, please, Paul.
Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning. Goodbye, Ada.
Thank you, Paul. And just before I go on, Real Art Thompson, congratulations on your child. I hope you're enjoying the life adjustment, because it's certainly something. So I told Aaron I would do this earlier. Aaron said on our Discord project, did you hear that? Resident Evil podcast Discord. He said earlier that he wasn't able to join the stream, so I just wanted to read out what he shared with us all on the Discord earlier. So this is Aaron said earlier on this evening. I want to share a Leon story as I won't make the stream. I started with Resident Evil 2. I watched my uncle play the game and he played it I played it myself when I was too young to be playing it. Leon for me, from a young age until now, was always an inspiration. I always looked up and wanted to be Leon. Hell, when I went to get my hair cut, I wanted to cut it like Leon. Paul was my Leon, and his portrayal as Leon is why I love the series as much as I do. Rest in peace, Paul. And I think, you know, that's such a lovely quote to end on. No worries, Smiley. It's the least I can do. Like I said earlier, I don't have the sort of voice actor connections and whatnot like GT does. You know, he's the VA guy, if you like, from Netherlands, do an absolutely superb job usually in a part of them. You know, you guys do exemplary work talking to the voice actors and things like that. It's never been my forte, but I love and appreciate the work they do. And this was what I could do, was play the game that made him famous, made him well known, you know, and that's it. And this won't be the end of these playthroughs. I think there's only going to see this journey through to the end. but I won't make further episodes as big as this. You know, this is our goodbye stream for Paul, if you like. We'll certainly see the other sides of his performance and whatnot. So it's not over. Stick around in future. That's all it is for today. But you know, just want to say thank you, Paul Haddad. May you rest well, because your work here is timeless, and through this game you are immortalised, and there's no finer thing I can end on than that. So there we have it, everyone. Obviously, this was a moment that touched us all this week, and indeed, I'll just close by saying, from a personal point of view, I put a little bit on Twitter last night that, when we lost Harold Ramis, that was the first time I think in my life I recognised that someone that I aspired to sort of be when I was older. Because Egon was always my favourite Ghostbuster. So when Harold Ramis died, it was a real blow in a way that I'd not really experienced before losing a celebrity. It really hurt me to think that one of my childhood heroes was gone. And I would have to say that Paul Haddad's death has been the first time I've ever felt that for a video game character. And it didn't occur to me until he died just how much that meant to me. And then you just go back, your memories start flooding in, like, the amount of times I've played Resident Evil 2, the amount of times I played that demo. He's been such a massive part of our lives, even though he never returned to the role and he never came back to the series. The fact that we still celebrate and talk about his performance as this character so much speaks volumes for how timeless his performance was in this game. So I've got a pint in my hand. I'm gonna lift my glass. I'm gonna say thank you, Paul. If you've got a drink now, certainly do it, and just put your glass in the air and say thank you, Paul. And that's where I'm gonna leave it, guys. I wish you all lovely weekends, and just do take some time, play a little bit of RE2 if you can, and just celebrate this great man's life. And I think that's where I'll leave it. So thank you all very much. This has been really special that you guys could join me on this journey. It's all I feel we could do was just celebrate him by playing the role that made him famous to us all. So take care, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers. Bye bye.